rezoning. This is a story, we've done a lot on this in the last few weeks, haven't we? Rezoning in Sydney, the impact it's having. How many people do you reckon have been looking around and thinking to themselves, you know what, I wonder what I can make out of my place?
Well, we had a look at that, the 37 Castle Hill homeowners who banded together, didn't we? We talked about that earlier this week. Yep. They've sold their properties en masse to a developer for a collective $100 million, and they've all sort of tripled the price of their homes by just doing it. Now you've got this case where a 20-strong group of neighbours in Sydney's north have teamed up in a bid to triple their value of their homes. Their properties border the Showground railway station. Presumably they'll be hoping to reap a similar windfall. It's up in Castle Hill.
That's right. Brian Caba owns LJ Hooker Castle Hill. He's on the line with us now. Brian, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Brian, how did you get these residents to come together to sell their properties? Did you trigger it? Did you go door knocking, or did they come to you?
Actually, they came to me. I used to work for another group. I left in March this year. December last year, I sold the first site under the new structure plan in Gartho and Crescent, and we purchased LJ Hooker in April this year. And Trevor, who works next door to us at Gary's Autos, he actually approached me and he said, Brian, I live in Middleton Avenue. We're working on a group together to amalgamate to sell their properties. And I said, well, look, I might be able to help you there. We got on pretty well, and it just led on from there. So they actually got the group together, and then I went and did the presentation, and here we are. We're about to go live to the market today, and talking to you guys is great.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Now, but you don't want to speculate on the price, do you?
Well, look.
Because one of the blocks sold for $1.84 million last month, right?
It sold for 1.84, and look, we tried to talk to that owner and say, look, if you hang on just for a little bit longer, you're going to get some more money. And they said, look, to us, it's not about money, it's about health. So they moved to the sunny Queensland, and they're happy. We didn't sell that property. There was another agent who sold it, and I actually rang the agent too, and he said, look, we've tried to tell them that too, and they're happy with what they got.
But had they held on for a couple more months, they may have picked up, $3 million for the place. More.
Might even get a bit more. Who knows?
So you'd have to be looking at a collective price of in excess of $50-60 million.
In excess of that, yes. But what we've got to say is, look, I always say the price is between the homeowner and the purchaser. And I tell you what we'll do for you guys, because you're a good bunch of guys. We'll give you a ring when we sell it.
All right. We'd appreciate that.
Can I ask you this, Brian? If you've got an empty nester, say a couple who are empty nesters, they've got the property, they're one of the group, can you, in the circumstance where you've got together with everyone else, you're going to sell your block, but you like where you live, you can say, we'd like to put a caveat in here that the developer will give us first option on one of the places so we can actually buy into the new development? Does that ever happen?
I've already had that inquiry from 20 owners. Like, we've got a lot of retired people in this group. If you know Middleton Avenue, it's a beautiful location.
So they'd like to live in a smaller place. They might be able to do it where they are now.
Yeah, well, they can. They'll be able to rent a property while the construction takes. See, we've got a train coming, fast tracking. It's going to be a little bit earlier than what people think. And there's not going to be too many people sitting on it. And Hills Council is very willing to work with developers to fast track this, because we need more housing in our area. If you look on our websites, like Domain and Real Estate, all them, you're going to see there's about 60 properties for sale.
But are there going to be enough facilities there, shops? Are they going to? You've always got the trains, but what about all the other facilities, the hospitals, the schools, and the like?
Yeah, no, that's all covered.
Is it?
Traffic problem, that's always been a problem in Castle Hill. But look, you look at this site and where it is, it's actually very quiet down there. And look, you're going to have retail at the second train station at the Showground as well.
Yep.
A lot of people don't know that. And look, it's just a nice location.
And the metro will run every few minutes to the Rouse Hill and the other town centres, so you mightn't even need a car.
Well, you wouldn't need a car, would you? But everyone does. Right. But to walk around this site, you need a packed lunch to take with you. It's just a beautiful location, and it's going to get. We've already got local interest, and we've only just off signboards.
Brian, let us know when you've sold. I think we'll be talking to you in the next few days. The way you're going, good on you. Thank you.
No, we'll be all good, and thanks for
Brian Caba.
Cool.
Owner of LJ Hooker Castle Hill. He's happy. He's had a good plug there. And
I'm just looking at the aerial map there of the people who've sold. I'm just wondering about the neighbourhood envy happening in all those other houses have just missed out on being part of that group.
Of course that'd be happening. 13 13 32 if you're in that area, you want to give us a comment one way or the other. We've got the 7:30 news now here on TUE 954. John Stanley, Gary Linnell.